here today at Snetterton. Me and Ben and a couple of my mates are already out on track at Snetterton. We are here at Bedford Autodrome today, and we've got the car all shiny, but there is only one problem with the car at the moment. I'm missing fifth and reverse. I think one of the bolts or something has come loose in the gearbox that gets the linkage to fifth and reverse, so we're going to have to go fourth to sixth when we go out on track, which will slow me down a bit, but it should be alright. Like, screw it, we booked the track day, so you might as well do it. And what else we've got is some updates. We've got an oil cooler down in here, we've got the oil lines running underneath, and yeah, let's hope it all goes well. So I'm going to put some mounts on and then we can go out for a good couple of laps. What do you think, Nemo?
Okay guys, so this is me going on track right now for my first lap, and before this all starts I thought I'd try switch something up with my track day videos, because before they're quite boring just watching kind of go around track, so I thought I'd do a little bit of commentary over it. So here is the commentary. As I said, this was my first lap out on track of the day, Bedford Autodrome. I'd never been to the track before, and this was the first time out in the turbo, and I just fitted brakes, so the brakes were just bedding in. So I was going quite fast considering all of these. I was trying to take it a little bit easy, but with the turbo being there, I was getting a little bit overexcited. And also I didn't have fifth, so I was still trying to get used to going from fourth to sixth. But yeah guys, this is basically my first lap, and I was trying to take it easy, but I wasn't taking it easy, and I was having loads of fun with the turbo, and my brakes were cooking. So that's kind of what happened. But as you can see, I am coming up to the main straight of Bedford Autodrome now, and this is where the real fun is had. And I got up to about 135 at the end of this straight when I was going kind of at the fastest of the day. And you can see me come up here past this Caterham and also past the BMW 330i, which kind of gives you an idea of how fast the car is. And back to me talking now.
Okay, so we're back. We've done 2 laps and it's not going that well because we cooked brakes and they were smoking quite badly, and the tyres are going pretty fast. I only did 2 laps. I didn't really do a warm-up lap. I just went straight on, went quite hard, and the engine's getting hot, but I don't think it's getting that hot. And Ben's eating again.
I'm eating again. It's good.
But Bedford's a pretty good track, some long straights, so I do really need fifth, but I haven't got it at the moment, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so now we're back on track again, and as you can see there is a white Civic just in front of me, and that is my friend who kind of slowed down to let me catch up with him so we could have a little play together. And you've probably seen him in some of my other track day videos. He lets me drive his car quite frequently, and it's very fast, but we've got about the same brake horsepower now, me with the turbo, and he's got a K20, and I have a bit more rubbish tyres than him. He has R888s, and I have Falcons, and basically along this straight I did miss fourth, as you guys probably saw, and then obviously I don't have fifth, so he did kind of get away from me quite a lot there, and I shouldn't really be changing down into third for that corner. I should really be in fourth and just keep it flat out, but I was still learning the car, and this was still early on in the day, so basically he destroyed me in the car. But we've got about the same weight and the same brake horsepower, but I was missing fifth, and to be honest, he is a lot better driver than me. He races in the VTEC Challenge with that car, and he's had a lot of experience with that car and a lot of track days, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm a faster driver than him, because I'm not, and I don't think my car is as fast as that car yet, but hopefully it will be soon. But what happened as well, when I was behind him, I was getting a bit too kind of caught up in the competition aspect and trying to be faster than him, and kind of started losing my flow because I was too busy concentrating on trying to get past him. And then once I actually started to focus, once he was out of view and I started to focus on my actual driving, it began to get a bit better, and I wasn't making as many mistakes and stuff. And I like this view at the moment. I thought I'd try this little view out where you can basically see the speedo, and you can see the rev counter, and you can probably see the boost gauge, but the other gauges are a bit flickery because they're LEDs. And you can also maybe pick out that my temperature is actually off the scale right now, but I haven't realized it yet. But you'll see me realize halfway through the at the end of this clip actually, where my temperature is gone off the scale, and I kind of look down and realize that it's off the scale, and you see me slow down quite a lot and say to Ben, look, I can't go that fast anymore, I have to do a cool down lap because my temperature is going off the scale. But as you can see, I'm going around, it all looks very slow on the camera, I've realised, but I'm going around the corners relatively fast if you think that I'm on road tyres, and I'm kind of, it's not the best of conditions, I'd say, for my car, because I'm not on the best tyres. My brakes are still bedding in and stuff. I'm not trying to make excuses here, but I'm still going reasonably fast, and I think you can see that on the video, how fast I'm going. But here is where I realised that the engine is getting quite warm, so I start to slow down along this straight, and I go for a cool down lap because my engine, I don't think it was actually overheating when it came in. It wasn't steaming, but it was still getting very hot. So I did a warm-up lap, and then I came into the pits and let it cool off. And on to the next clip now. This is my other angle, which I had on the dashboard looking out so you can see the cars, and you can see just in front of me I'm chasing this Caterham down, and I came up on this Caterham, and you slowly see me start to kind of reduce the distance between us. And I really like having fun with Caterhams because it depends what engine's in them and who's driving them, but it's kind of, it seems like an evenly matched kind of car with the MX-5 turbo, it seemed, because they have a lot less weight, so the power to weight, I don't know if it's similar, but it seemed like they were always kind of it was quite a close car, it seemed like, but it really depends on driver with those cars. You see a lot of them going either really fast or not so fast, so it just depends on the driver. But this was quite a good little kind of dogfight between us, and I was having fun catching him up, reeling him in, and then going for the overtake in the end. But yeah, Bedford is a really flat track as well, which I kind of like and I don't like it. It's good for kind of beginners and learning a lot about tracks, but it's quite boring. Like, I prefer a nice track like Alton Park with a lot of good gradients, that makes it a lot more interesting but a lot more dangerous at the same time. And Bedford as well has got a lot of overrun if you overshoot things or undershoot, well, not undershoot things, but if you overshoot things, there's a lot of runoff, so you don't really crash into anything. So overall, it's quite a nice track, I found. I didn't get that much time on track. I did get quite a lot, but I was trying to really let my engine cool down. The first time being turbo, when I was coming to the pits, I was waiting kind of a long time to see me pass that guy there on that straight. He let me pass on that one because I was catching up to him, so he finally let me pass. But it's so annoying because without fifth, it was making it so hard on the long straights to use the power effectively. But as I was saying, guys, I was leaving a lot of time between the time I was not out on track and to let the engine cool off, so I need to sort out those niggly problems with the temperature. But I did have a bit of time on track, and it's a really good track. It's close to me, it's relatively cheap, and it's got some nice long straights that you can do quite a lot of speed on. As I said, I can get to about 135ish along top straight, and that was without fifth. So I found it quite fun. And we have a little courser here. I think he's got a roll cage. Sorry, race car bro. Yeah, you got overtaken by an MX-5. My passenger actually said that at the time, and I thought that was quite funny. And then also that Golf. And this is actually Luke in the passenger seat at the moment, who is the driver of the Civic. He wanted to see what I was like out on track, and he was saying about how he smashed me and stuff. So he wanted to see what I was like out on track. And now we've gone to another clip of me chasing down a Lotus Elise, which again I feel like is another close match for a Turbo MX-5. And I think this was a 2-point, I can't remember the litre, but he said it had about 230 brake horsepower and it was naturally aspirated, and I was chasing him. He said as well, that as well is not the same Caterham they caught me for. This guy was a hell of a lot better of a driver than the other one, and I think he had a lot more punch, because as you saw how fast he came up on me on that back straight, he was going at some speed. But this Lotus, the guy said that it cost around £30,000 or £35,000 to build, which it was a really nice looking Lotus, to be honest. But I like to talk to the people when I'm out on the track day and kind of approach people with different cars and have a chat to them about kind of what kind of setup they're running and stuff like that, and also to kind of psych out the competition on the track day, and obviously so I can beat them, because track days is all about winning, if that makes any sense. And we passed that little I say little, it's not little, but the Toyota Celica there. And it was actually funny because coming into the track, he drove past me while I was waiting outside, and I chatted to him, "I'm going to smash you, bro," and I kind of did. Sorry, mate. So I'm coming really close now to the part where I actually overtake this guy. So I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. I have a whole load of videos already, so if you guys want to go back and watch, and you guys can remember to subscribe and comment down below. I shall see you next time.